Good evening. Colourful identity Mick Gatto and his wife have been arrested at their home on the Mornington Peninsula. The 70-year-old spent the day being interviewed by police investigating corruption on Victoria's big build projects. Live to Jordan Quinn, and Jordan Gatto was released a short time ago.
Mitch, it's been a whirlwind day for the underworld figure after he and his wife were arrested as police raided their Mount Martha home early this morning. They were questioned for hours and later released without charge. Detectives even dropped Mick Gatto back home, right to his door. He hopped out of the back seat and went inside. Then, about an hour later, he emerged and left for the night. Mick, would you like to say anything?
Appreciate all you guys staying in the cold. The only thing I can say is, when they use 20 or 30 police over a speeding fine, this country is in trouble.
Police say he and his wife Cheryl were arrested as part of an investigation into alleged financial offences, with detectives also raiding a property in the city. This is all being carried out by Task Force Hawk, which specifically targets corruption within the construction industry, and namely on the government's big build projects. Now, Mick certainly didn't seem too happy about his arrest. However, police did say they have seized electronic devices as well as a knife and a baton. Mitch.
Jordan Quinn at Mount Martha, thank you. And around the same time Gatto was under arrest, former CFMEU boss John Setka claimed he's been the target of death threats. His lawyer made the allegation as Setka appeared in Melbourne Magistrates Court, accused of sending threatening emails to the construction union's administrator.
John, did someone threaten to kill you?
Talk to the police about that.
Setka says he intends to fight the charges. Neil Daniher's wife and daughter have bravely broken their silence, urging Collingwood and Melbourne stars to play with Neil's tenacity in Monday's Big Freeze blockbuster. They also revealed the last conversation they had with the MND warrior.
Jan and Beck Daniher's first public appearance since Neil's death. In the place he had unprecedented impact. Collingwood and Melbourne players, coaches and staff sitting together. Solidarity for a grieving family.
And two very special clubs, Melbourne and Collingwood. Every one of them chose to join the fight, and that decision changed everything. In a way, I think he was preparing us for the inevitability of this battle. But that doesn't make it any less raw or any less difficult. What it does mean is that we know what he expects of us now.
Normally, Neil addressed both clubs before Big Freeze matches.
Okay. My last conversation with Dad was actually about this moment. As I said, he was looking forward to it, and he was preparing his own speech, which would have been so much more impressive than what I have ever got to say, but it's just why standing here just feels a little bit bittersweet.
His family channelled his spirit.
What you have helped build has made a profound and lasting impact, and it's changing lives.
The players were deeply moved.
I've had some pretty amazing coaches over my career, and they've been able to give some pretty motivational speeches, but without a doubt my top 10 is all Neil.
Definitely at Collingwood we get to play in a lot of big games, but this is probably right at the top of the cake.
All up here, everyone up.
A combined team photo, rare for such traditional rivals.
It's like Cash Converters and Tiffany opening a shop together. But it's pretty special. You can work out who's who later on.
And confirmation today of a special guest at Monday's game. Former NRL star Jai Arrow will return from MND treatment in Spain to toss the coin before the match, a sign Neil's relentless campaign will only get stronger.
The greatest way that we can honour Dad now is not by looking backwards, it's by continuing forwards, and I hope you'll stay with us. Together we can keep fighting the beast. So today, for Dad, let's play on. Thank you and good luck for the weekend.
Nick McCallum, 7 News.
Play on indeed. Bring on Monday. Severe weather warnings have just been issued for parts of Melbourne. Meteorologist Jane Bunn has more on this developing situation. Jane, the Bay is one of the hardest hit areas tonight.
It is indeed, Mitch, gusting 82 k's an hour so far and deteriorating as we go through the night. A big weather system kicks off early tomorrow and we are likely to see significant rain, 10 millimetres in western suburbs, 30 in eastern suburbs, locally 50, which means some parts of Melbourne could see a month's worth of rain in just 12 hours. Damaging winds south of Frankston, already making conditions treacherous on the bays. Abnormally high tides along the entire Victorian coastline, which we're seeing as a rise in the Yarra flooding black parts. It's not just wet and windy, but cold, with blizzards set for the Alps. I'll show you when Melbourne's rain will set in after sport, Mitch.
See you then. Thank you, Jane. Ex-Carlton President Luke Sayers has lost his fight to keep a bitter legal battle with his estranged wife behind closed doors. The messy defamation case could now go to trial as early as November, with every detail of the lewd photo scandal set to play out in public.
The opening bouts in the Sayers court battle, and it's Kate Sayers who's kicked the first goal. The former power couple heading for a very public legal showdown, and nothing is out of bounds.
It's pretty clear why the court has landed where it has. It's all about public exposure and vindication.
A defamation battle sparked by this lewd photo, posted to the former Carlton president's social media, set to play out in open Supreme Court after the judge ruled the case should stay there.
Part of the remedy for being defamed is to have a court say so, and for then that to be reported by the world at large. You can't clear your name in a jurisdiction that can't then be reported.
It's a major win for Kate Sayers, who argued the case should remain public so she can restore her reputation and clear her name. Luke Sayers had sought to move the case to the Federal Court's Family Law Division, arguing intense public scrutiny had impacted his business and the couple's daughters. Neither Kate nor Luke Sayers appeared in court today, with the judge's decision delivered by email. It means the estranged couple's private affairs will be examined in open court, with the case slated for a trial in November.
There will be 1 or 2 statements, either made verbally or in documents, that are absolutely crucial. It'll be those documents and those statements that are absolutely pored over, potentially for days.
The public may be watching closely, but a judge will decide the outcome, with the jury trial now ruled out. Michelle Brown, 7 News.